All good.
Good.
Perfect.
Okay. Good.
Let's get started. 7
Okay.
o'clock.
Yeah.
Welcome, everyone. My name's Andrew. I'm with the Clermont Chamber of Commerce. I'm here with Teresa from Aventura, who is our point of contact on our October trip to Spain and the Costa del Sol. The trip is October 19th through October 27th. The early bird pricing for the free tour ends on May 5th. This event is being recorded, so in case you missed something, it will be published on our YouTube page following this event. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them during the event, and we'll try to save some time at the end to ask questions as well. You can also reach out to me directly at the chamber. I'll throw my contact information in the chat, and if you have any questions, I'm happy to try to answer them. I will most likely pass them along to Teresa because she is the expert when it comes to these trips. So, with that, I'll turn it over to you, Teresa, and tell us all about Spain.
Well, and thank you, Andrew, and thank you to the Claremont Chamber of Commerce Foundation for partnering with Aventura World. Um, this is one of my favorite trips, and we have lots of pictures to show you, lots of good things, and lots of information. And as Andrew said, he's available if you have questions, and I am also, should you have any questions. So let's start. This could tell a little bit about us as Aventura World. We are an international company. We have offices in Rome. We have them in Dubai. We have them in Cairo. We have them all over the world. Here in New Jersey, New York area is our main office. And here is your brochure that you would have been sent, or you received it on email, or you've seen it at some point. This is a great price, the $4,499 for October the 19th. That includes everything. It includes your hotels, all your meals, which is really amazing. Normally, we don't include every meal, but we have in this trip. It also includes day trips, and it includes your airfare from Cincinnati, Ohio, as well. So, this really is an all-inclusive trip. Now, if for some reason you decide you don't want to eat dinner every night with the group, you don't have to. You can do things on your own, go to different restaurants. I'm sure some of these meals, the dinners will be at local restaurants, some of them will be at the hotel, and you have lots of flexibility in this trip. So, but as an overall price, this is a really great price. Down on the bottom here on the left-hand side, you will see that there is a booking code number, and it's here. And then also here's how you register for the trip as well. So really easy to find it and to do it. So a little bit about us again. We are Adventure World, part of the Sakara Group, and we've been doing this for over 50 years. We do own hotels, cruise ships, tour operations, a number of different things, and we've been in the travel industry ever since we started. We also have, as I said, offices in New York, New Jersey, and then Paris, Rome, London, Dubai, Delhi, and Cairo. We're a travel wholesaler, so that means we don't have a middleman. So we're able to give you pricing that is considerably less. If you were to take this exact same trip, you would probably pay about $7,000 per person for this exact same trip if you were to do it through a travel agent. Here's a reason, good reasons why you should actually go on the trip, besides having a wonderful time, eating lots of really great food and learning about another country. You should also help your chamber. This gives your chamber non-dues revenue. And we have a lot of chambers that do this program, and we have chambers that are extremely successful in it. Obviously, the more people that go on the trips, the more successful and more it will help your chamber. And the chamber, of course, helps your community. So it's really important. Also, you will find that your chamber gets recognition within the community for putting on trips and then outside of the community. So it brings in new members, brings in additional dollars again for the chamber to be able to support your community. Many times the chamber will get new members. I know when I was a chamber director and was doing trips, we often got new members because of our trips that we advertised. We also find that it develops a lot of international awareness about your town, about the city that you live in, about the people, the work, the kinds of things that we do in the United States. It's a great source of education for everybody. When you go to a foreign country and talk to people and tell them about your country, that's one part of the educational side of it. And then, of course, many people will then come back to the United States because they had a great encounter with yourself in their own country. And we serve clients all over the world, and we take people everywhere, almost every place, anywhere in the world, we can do a trip with you. So Spain and Costa del Sol, you're actually going to have this 9 days and 7 nights. And it is in October, and you can register now as soon as possible and get yourself ready for an exciting trip. Here are some of the foods that you will have an opportunity to try. Now, Spain, remember, is surrounded both by water, it's mountainous, it has farms, it has vineyards. So there is every type of food that you could possibly imagine. The cuisine is delicious, and you will find it is not like we have in the United States unless you go to a special Spanish restaurant to try the different foods. So this trip is included from Cincinnati, your airfare. It's first class accommodations. Our hotels are extremely nice hotels that you will be staying at in Torremolinos. There is a great sightseeing program. You'll have a tour guide that stays with you. They will pick you up at the airport on the motor coaches, and they will stay with you for the entire trip and put you back on the motor coach and take you back to the airport when you have completed the trip. It is, these are some of the best tour directors I think we have in anywhere in the world. They are so dedicated and so conscientious for our company to make sure that you really have a good time. And always we get lots and lots of people saying how wonderful the trip was and how the tour directors just took such good care of them. So I know I can tell you that and not even have to worry about it because I know you're going to have an experience you'll love. Some of the guides and the tours are going to include a tour to Seville, and that is one of the larger cities in Spain. Also, a tour of Granada, a tour of Ronda, and then a tour to the Rock of Gibraltar. So, the Rock of Gibraltar is British, so you will be going into another country and learning about another country. And then there is an optional tour to Morocco as well. And so, again, that would be a third country. So, this trip includes 3 different countries, which is pretty neat. A lot of times it's just one country, but this has got 3 different countries, all very different. Going to be a lot of history and things that you'll learn about it. One of the things that we're really proud of is our cultural discovery series. And so with that in mind, we will make sure that you have an opportunity to learn about the local people, what they do, how they work. Do they have social security when they reach 65? What type of things do they eat? What do their kids like? What do the kids do for fun? What grades do they attend? Are there many people in universities? All those different types of things about family life, you will have an opportunity to learn about it. You'll also learn about flamenco dancing because that is the Spanish dance for Spain. You'll also learn about organic wine production. You'll have a chance to sample wines and local foods as well from the farms, things like that. And you are going to find that Spain is just, every time you go around the corner, there's something more to see that's so very, very interesting. As I said before, our tour directors are professionals. They are some of the best in the world. We definitely think they are some of the best that we have. And we have deluxe motor coaches for you to ride in and relax and very safe. And then, of course, it also includes baggage handling and transfers. So when your luggage arrives with you at the airport and you arrive in Malaga, then you're obviously going to have your luggage with you. So here are some of the things that you're going to see. You will actually be, this is Ronda, and you're going to actually be right up here looking across. There is an old part to the city and a brand new part to the city. And you will find that you could take some great photos here. They're just amazing photos. So when you depart from Cincinnati, you will fly either to Chicago or you may fly to JFK, probably JFK. And you will hop on flight, and it's an overnight flight, and they will give you a meal and refreshments, and you'll have a blanket and pillow, and you just want to sit down and relax for the rest of the flight for overnight. On day two, you'll arrive in Spain. You'll arrive in Malaga. And when you get to Malaga, which is on Costa del Sol, which is Spain's beach area, it's Mediterranean coastline. It's just beautiful. Um, you'll arrive there. You'll go to the baggage claim, pick up your luggage, and then you'll go through customs. Customs is quick. You're not bringing anything into the country. You're coming here for a vacation, so you will find it's very quick. And as you leave the exit area, you will find that your tour director is waiting there for you. And you will see them. They will either have the Clermont Chamber of Commerce Foundation sign, or they'll have an Aventura World sign, and they will tell everybody, they will wait for everybody. They will count you all. They will do a roll call, make sure everybody's there, and then they will take you to the motor coach. Once you get to the motor coach, you'll get on board, your luggage will go on board, and you will head off to Torremolinos. And it's a beautiful drive through this area. It's absolutely gorgeous. Just sit there and relax and enjoy. And when you get to the hotel in Torremolinos, you're going to have time to relax, and then there will be a welcome dinner in the evening. So day three, you will get up in the morning, and as I said earlier, breakfasts are all included, and the breakfasts are a combination of American and international breakfasts. So you will be able to choose. You can have your pancakes and bacon and eggs if you wish, or you can try some of the Spanish or international foods that are available, but it's all available for you to try, and you can go back for seconds if you like it a whole lot. So on this day after breakfast, you're going to have a full day tour of Seville. And Seville is the fourth largest city in Spain. It's absolutely beautiful, and it is the capital of the Andalusia region. You're going to see tiles here, some of the most magnificent tiles you've ever seen. And they're all over on the buildings, they're on the ground, everywhere you're going to see this. This town also has a lot of Moorish influences. It was a very important trading port at one time. This is where Columbus docked after he had been to Americas. And so again, this is an old city with lots and lots of history. You're going to have a beautiful tour of the Maria Luisa Park, the gardens there, the district of Santa Cruz. There's a 15th century cathedral that you'll be able to see. Again, a lot of Muslim architecture, beautiful, beautiful place, very friendly place as well. And you'll also see the Alcazar Palace that's there. And you're going to have a chance on the Cultural Discovery Series to learn about flamenco dancing, and you are going to go to the Dance Museum. And then you'll also have time after all of those different things, you'll still have time for lunch and for shopping and for just sitting back and enjoying where you are in Seville. As I said earlier, dinner will be in the evening when you arrive back at the hotel. Now, the dinner might be at the hotel, or it might be in a local restaurant that we've arranged it for you. So when you are eating the meals that we have set up for you, you do not have to worry about tipping the waiters or waitresses. You can if you would like to, if you think the service was absolutely amazing. But we have taken care of the tips for those meals for both breakfast and dinner. But if you wish to give something in addition to that because of the way they've taken good care of you, then you can. So here is Torremolinos, and this is where you're going to stay for the main part of your trip. And you will see these hotels along here, and we use a number of these different hotels. So you are right on the beach. You can walk out from the hotel. There is great shopping. There are great restaurants, all sorts of things. And if you like, just walk and stroll along the Mediterranean. You will find that it's popular. The weather is around 70 degrees. You should have the most wonderful time here in Torremolinos. And here you can see some of the tile that you're going to see in Seville and in many of the other places that we're going to go to. It's absolutely beautiful. You can purchase tile. You can bring it back to the United States. I would suggest that if you do decide you want to purchase some of it, you would have it shipped. They have DHL and FedEx and all the other companies that ship items internationally. Only make sure that you tell your folks at home, if there's somebody watching your place, that there'll probably be a package that arrives actually at your place before you do on your way back. So day 4, we're going to get up again in the morning, have a great breakfast, and then hop on the bus and off you go. And this time we're going to Gibraltar, into the Rock of Gibraltar. And remember, this is British. So you will need your passports and you will have an opportunity to learn about the Rock of Gibraltar and how it affected and took care of this part of the world during the wars of both World War I and World War II. It's a very strategic location in the Mediterranean, very, very important area. And it is very, very British. So Gibraltar has been part of Great Britain and since 1704. So as you can see, a very long period of time. Um, it was also from this area that much of the wars in World War II, much of the things that went on in World War II were here and noticed, and again, had a big part in keeping the Mediterranean as safe as they could. It's thousands of year olds, the rock. You'll have a chance to go have lunch there. You'll have a chance to go shopping before you go back to Torremolinos. So again, it's a great day. It's really interesting. And of course, this is the house of the government that you're going to probably stop by and visit. And it's a different type of architecture, as you can see. And as I said, it's very, very British. You might have tea and crumpets for all you know while you're there. On day 5, again, you'll be in Torremolinos. You get up in the morning. And one thing I'm going to remind everybody is that you are going to take a motor coach pretty much every day to somewhere. And your tour director is going to tell you the day before about the time and the destination for the next day. And they're going to tell you about the time that you should be at the bus. Please make sure that you are at that location, which is usually right in front of your hotel. Please make sure you're on time. Don't be late. It makes everything, gets everything to back up. It makes it hard for the tour directors to give you the time that you need to explore on your own and to hear the other tour directors that have something to tell you about their city, their town. So make sure you're on time for the bus. And they will tell you each day before the next day what time you need to be at the bus. So today you can have a day of leisure, so you could hang out at the beach in Torremolinos, or if you wanted to, you'll find that transportation in Spain is excellent, and so you could hop on a bus or take a taxi or hop on a light rail system, any of those different types of things. It's very safe, and you could travel to another destination if you wanted to, somewhere in the area, or you can take an optional tour to Tangier. So going to Tangier, that's Morocco, and that trip itself costs $249 per person for the day. You'll be there for a day. And like you did for the Rock of Gibraltar, you are going to hop on a ferry boat and you're going to take the ferry to Morocco. And Tangier is an ancient city, a lot of history there. And when you get there, you're going to actually get a chance to see the modern part of the city, and then you're going to go to the Casbah, which is the old part of the city. And it's just amazing to walk down through there and do a little bit of shopping. You're also going to go to Cape Spartel, which is the northwesternmost point of the African continent. So again, you can tell folks you've been to the northwestern point of the African continent. And the Casbah is a walking tour. It's so much fun. There's so much to see. And it's, again, very, very safe. And as you can see, so now if for some reason you should see a carpet that you just can't live without, then remember DHL. All these folks take Visas and MasterCards and American Express, and they will ship it for you and everything else. So remember that you can utilize those services. And again, it is very safe. Your tour director will be with you. And also, you'll probably have a local tour guide that will explain things to you, and you'll have time to shop and everything else. So then you go back from Tangiers and you'll go back to either the hotel or one of the restaurants that your dinner is set up for. And you can have dinner there. Or again, as I said, if you choose not to, you don't have to. You can just take off and go find another restaurant somewhere to have something with some friends that you've met, new people, or just on your own, however you want. So on day six, you're going to say, oh my gosh, we already have done 6 days on this trip and we have already seen so much, but we've got so much more to see. And so you're going to have breakfast again. And today, this day on day six, you're going to Ronda. And Ronda's in the mountainous area, and Spain is absolutely beautiful in the mountains. And so you're going to have the opportunity to really enjoy this town. You're going to see it's a lovely, lovely town. There's a plaza in there. There's a Church of the Holy Spirit. They have a beautiful town square. You're also going to learn about bullfighting and go to the bullfighting museum. And so again, that's part of the cultural discovery series that we offer so that again, you can see, how this town made its living many years ago, the history of it, that type of thing. And again, as I showed you right at the beginning, you're going to be able to cross the bridge there with the old town on one side and the new town on the other side and take some magnificent pictures as well. This part of Spain is absolutely beautiful for photos. So you'll be also, the bridge itself is an 18th century bridge. So just again, the age of all the things around here. Then you're going to go to the town square. You'll be at the plaza. There's a church there called the Church of the Holy Spirit, which was built in 1485. There's a cathedral church also. There's amazing different things. You'll go to the oldest bull ring in Spain there as well, and you'll learn more about the bullfighting history. And then you're also going to, as part of the Cultural Discovery Series, you're going to go to a local organic wine museum and you're going to enjoy some wine tasting and some local foods as well that are paired with the wine. Very, very good. You'll find that I have found anyway that Spanish wine is a little spicier than some other wines in Italy or in other parts of the world. But again, it's beautiful and it's served with the best of food as well to enhance it. And so after that free time, you're still going to be in Ronda and you'll have a chance if you want to go have lunch at a local restaurant. And then we'll head back on the motor coach to Torremolinos. Again, dinner is available for you should you decide to do it that way. Otherwise, you'll be able to go on your own somewhere. So again, you can see here's Ronda, and this is the 18th century bridge and new side and old side. And again, amazing photos, absolutely amazing photos from this area. So on day seven, again, you're going to start with breakfast and then you're going to have a full day tour of Granada. So Granada is the area where the Alhambra is, which is a fortified Palatian city. And this city was built between the 13th and 15th century. Again, a lot of Muslim architecture in this part of Spain. It's absolutely beautiful. You're also going to see amazing fortress, the Carlos Palace, the General Life Palace, and that's a summer residence for the kings. And then you're going to see also the Palace of Charles V, which was designed in 1526 in the heart of Alhambra. It's absolutely magnificent again for photos. You will find a lot of art in this area as well. The buildings are beautiful. And again, you'll have time for lunch or to go shopping, go see some of the different monuments in the central part of Granada. And we always suggest you take your camera, but this area seems to even have more beautiful things to photo than many other areas in the world. Again, as I said, there's always breakfast and dinner. If you play it right, you probably could have a really good breakfast and maybe you won't be that hungry for lunch, but then you'll have dinner. So it could be, you could really do well. And of course, you never diet on this type of trip. So here is Alhambra, which is known as the Red Castle. And it is more architecture and it was built, started in 14th century. And it is where the last Muslims ruled in Spain. So on day 8, you will still be in Torremolinos at your hotel. And again, you have an opportunity to enjoy a great breakfast. And you can take a leisure tour, just hang out in Torremolinos again, go back to the beaches, go shopping if you saw some things you'd like to purchase, go have lunch somewhere, or travel to a few other areas if you like on your own. Or you can take an optional tour to Mijas. So Mijas is this cute little town. You can see it here. They're all whitewashed buildings, and it's very picturesque. Again, it's in Andalusia. Again, it's about 1,300 feet above sea level. So you'll take some great photos of the mountains, the sea. And if you would like to have something different and unusual to do, you could take a taxi, which is a donkey-drawn taxi. And there again, you will have actually time to really enjoy your day. And then the local bus will take you, or our motor coach will take you back to um, Malaga, and you'll be able to see a flamenco show in Malaga. Now, that'll be a farewell dinner for those of you who do not want to go on to Madrid, because we have a few extra days for you that if you would like to go to Madrid, we have made it possible. So here's your taxi ride. So as you can see, it's one side or the other side, and a driver and a happy mule to take you on a ride down through Mijas. So on day 9, you'll be in Malaga by then, and you will have breakfast. And it could be a box breakfast where they give you all sorts of great food and put you on the motor coach to the airport, or it might be in the hotel, just depends. It's different for different times of the day. And you will then fly to Madrid if you are choosing to do that. And this is our optional Madrid extension. It is a couple of days, as you can see. It's either day 9 and day 10, and then on day 11, you leave Madrid to go back to the United States. So if you choose to do this, then you have pretty much that day once you arrive in Madrid to just rest at your hotel. The hotels are located right downtown, so it's very easy for you to go out and wander around on your own. There's some really great restaurants next to the hotel that you'll be staying at. Then on day 10, you'll get up in the morning, you'll have breakfast again, and then they're going to take you on a city tour, and you'll go through and see the fountains of Neptune and Sibelius, the Alcalá Gate, which is here, the Plaza de España, and the Royal Palace. And you'll be able to go into the Royal Palace, and that is absolutely beautiful. And you'll be able to see some of the different rooms in the Royal Palace. You'll also have an opportunity to visit the Prado Museum if you wish, like the gardens at Retiro Park. And then dinner is with a local guide discovering hidden spots in the heart of Madrid. So they'll take you to a great restaurant with tapas, and you'll be able to enjoy tapas and wine and listen to some great fun and comedy and that type of thing and history about the area. Again, dinner, as I said, is included. And then after a good night's rest on day 11, you will head from Madrid back to the United States. Again, you'll have a breakfast dinner or a breakfast box before you get on the plane, and then your flight over to the United States. Here is a photo of the Royal Palace. It's absolutely beautiful. It's not the official residence of His Majesty, the King of Spain, but it is where they hold a lot of state ceremonies, banquets, and other state functions. So it is used all the time. You will have a chance to be in there and to see some of the magnificent rooms that they have that they hold these events in. And then, of course, the king lives in Zarzuela Palace, which is just outside of Madrid. So we do suggest that if you come on this trip with us, or for that matter, if you travel nowadays anywhere, you should have travel insurance. We have it with another company that we partner. It's available. It's on your registration form, and it is on the online registration as well. So whether you have the email version, the paper copy, or the online version, it is there and available. It gives you a lot of information about how it protects you in a number of different ways. And so the key features cover medical and dental coverage, emergency assistance and transportation, coverage for flight delays, trip cancellation, and trip interruption coverages. It also covers you for lost luggage, that type of thing. There is coverage also for pre-existing medical conditions if you wish. So it is worth your while to purchase travel insurance, and we do show on all types of our registration forms the costs for it, and it's very easy to get and very worthwhile. So here, this travel protection, there are two plans. There is a basic plan that I just went over with you. And the only reason really you can cancel that plan and get any refund would be if you yourself, your immediate spouse, or any of your immediate family get ill or pass away. That would be the only way that insurance would cover you and would give you money back if you canceled your trip or it happened part way on the trip and you had to come back. And so it would make sure that you were able to get back as quickly as possible. There is another type of insurance. It is identical in the plan. There's nothing different at all, but it's called cancel for any reason, and you don't have to have someone pass away or have a medical emergency of any kind. It does cost a little bit more. It costs 50% of what the base program costs. So if your trip was between say $4,500 and 5,000, your basic trip is $318. You would then half that price again, so half of 318 and add it to the 318, and that would be the total cost of your insurance plan for the cancel for any reason plan. If your trip is 5,000 to 5,500, it would be this amount, and then half of that amount again, totaled up to be the total cost for the cancel for any reason plan. It's really smart to get insurance. If you don't wish to purchase it through Aventura Worlds, the company that it partners with us, you can get it with anybody on your own if you wish to. So you can check prices out with other people, but make sure you get a cancel for any reason plan as opposed to just a plan where someone is ill or passes away. So again, here's the cost of your trip and your dates. Down here is your booking code and the actual link to the registration form. But people sometimes like to do it just on paper or by email. So you can do it this way as well. Your travel protection plan, your insurance plans are right down here. Explains everything, and it does show the different costs. So for the plan that only covers you if someone passes away or is sick in your immediate family, that is the upper, what they call a policy cost. And then the second cancel for any reason is listed below, and that is the preferred plan. You will find it is the better plan because it does give you that option to cancel for any reason. And you simply online or here would fill out just as they ask you for things. Always remember your passport must be in here. If you don't have a passport yet or it's being renewed, put that in there that it's coming and put the date that you applied for the renewal or for a new passport. That way we know that it's coming and we won't be going after you and calling you and emailing you and telling you we need your passport. Everything else needs to be exactly the same on here as your passport. So your name must be exactly how it is on your passport. And address, everything else. Make sure you put an email address that you will look at. All right, because if you are not looking at it, we are going to be sending you invoices or sending you reminders about different things. So you must have an email that you're going to check on a regular basis. And then you just basically fill it out. If you want to go on any of the optional tours, Tangier, which is Morocco, you say yes. If you don't, then say no. If you want to go to Mijas, yes or no. So it's very easy. If you wait until after May 5, you will find that your plan does go up by $100. So we do suggest you do it before May 5 you register. You don't have to pay it all at once. There's an $800 deposit plus your optional tours and travel insurance, but you will find you can pay as you go as long as you pay 130 days prior to the trip. And we will remind you and we will send you invoices out to you as needed. So this is what it will look like online for you. And so it's straight ahead. Again, you put in an email address that you're going to be known. You're going to use, let me go back here. You're going to use a login. So you sign in. If you've traveled with us in the past, then you're going to sign in probably with your name and your password, and it'll just pick it up and take it. But if not, if you've never traveled with us, then they'll want you to put your email and create a new password. And this is for first time logging in. And if you don't have an account with us, then you sign in down here. And then you follow through. It will ask you your name, your first name, your last name, your email address again, the password you need to put in. And again, it gives you prompts on the sides of how to fill it out, what to do. It's very, very simple. It takes a little bit of time only because you want to make sure you don't make a mistake, that you don't put in something wrong or you type in something incorrectly. And then you go through it and it'll ask you for your booking code, which I told you, remember, is on that first page of the back here, right here. Your booking code is here and how to get into register is in there. And so it'll ask you for your booking code. You put your booking code in there and it'll pull up your trip and it'll start asking you questions. So again, then you'll select whatever title and then put your first name, your middle name, your last name. Remember, it has to be like your passport, your date of birth, your female, male, whatever. Then contact email again, make sure it's correct one that you're going to look at. Cell phones, phones if you need, fax, things like that. Then the next day, your address, street numbers, all the basic information. Passport here, country it's from, USA mostly. Then date, whatever they ask you on your passport. Then if you have other people traveling with you, if it's your spouse or significant other and you're traveling within the same, and you're probably going to pay within the same area, or you're rooming together, then you'll add passengers. And then you have a choice here. You can say you want them to be invoiced in a certain way. So you can add the travel companion from your own profile. So that would mean you're staying in the same room together. Or you can get them to put their own profile on, or you can have, and you can pay together or separately. It all, again, makes it really easy for you. And then you go on to the next page and it asks you to choose a room type. So something to remember, a single bed for a single person, it works. There's plenty of room for you. A double bed is not as large as a queen size bed. So if there are two of you that are going to sleep in the same bed, I would suggest you get twin beds. You can push the twin beds together. A lot of times they do already, but double bed is smaller than two twin beds and it's smaller than a queen bed. So again, a double bed, you need to be pretty small to have two people on there and feel comfortable. And you just put in your name and you say what you want. So for the optional tours, you have Tangiers and you have a Mijas. So this obviously is just a sample. So these are from Italy, and so you're not going to have this, but they'll have the price there as well for you, and they'll have Mijas and they'll have Tangiers. And then your extended package is Madrid. So if you were going to Madrid, if you want to, then that information will be there and you fill out what they want and you put your name in, everything else. And they're going to ask you for your room. And again, do you want a single, a double, or a twin bed? So you need to remember that for the extended trip to Madrid. And then they'll go to the next page and they're going to ask you about travel insurance. Do you want to purchase travel insurance? As I said, you don't have to purchase it through Aventura World. You can get it on your own if you wish, but you do need to let us know. Yes, you want to, or no, you don't. So one page will say you want to, or it'll say no, I decline. So you hit one or the other. There's also an 800 number that you can call for questions if you have questions about the insurance, want to make sure that whatever you're purchasing is covered for you, then again, you can go through that. And then here's the same thing again, but it is you declining. So you have to hit one or the other button. Then it will review everything with your name. It'll tell you the total of your trip, what you're spending, and it will break it down for you, showing everything that's costing. It'll show what you pay as a deposit, if it's your deposit plus the Mijas trip and the Tangiers trip, or if it's the extended trip as well to Madrid, any of that, any payments it will show you. And then it'll tell you what you need to do and how you can pay. So you can pay three different ways. You can pay with a credit card. You can pay with a check. and you check it off, you're good to pay with a check. If you pay with a check, then you are not considered registered until Aventura World receives the check, and then they will apply it to your registration. And you can also do it through a bank wire. So any of three ways you can make payment. You will be invoiced for balances, and you can choose to make payments over a few months, or you can pay all up front, or however, as long as it's paid 130 days before the departure of your trip. And again, you put in information and tell them what kind of payment you want to do. As I said, if it's check, you'll need to make a copy of that check for yourself, and then you'll need to put the check in the mail and make sure you mark it for which trip you're on for Spain with the Clermont Chamber of Commerce for Costa del Sol and a date so that they know where to apply that check. And you fill out all of this if it's your credit card. And you can fill out majority of it. It'll give you enough information for you to fill it out even if you're paying with a check. And then you'll get a reservation and a confirmation saying thank you for booking and your reservation number. So you can always reply to it if you need to. And then again, thank you for everything. So, anybody have any questions? Anybody questions? Andrew, any
I don't
questions?
see any right now, no.
Okay.
Like I said at the beginning, if anyone does have any questions, this recording will be posted on our YouTube page probably sometime tomorrow, if not first thing on Monday. If you missed something, and I'm available if you have questions, I will most likely reach out to Teresa, as she is the expert, but feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions. A couple of things I did want to quickly note though. This is the third trip that the Clermont Chamber of Commerce has taken with Aventura, and we have just received nothing but positive reviews from the guests that we've had attend these trips. The first thing I want to say, you do not have to have any sort of relationship with the Clermont Chamber to go on a trip like this. In fact, most of the attendees who have traveled with Aventura on these chamber sponsored trips actually have not had any relation whatsoever to the Clermont Chamber. We are doing this because, as Teresa said, this is an opportunity for us to make some non-dues revenue that we can then, it goes into our foundation that we can then spend on our community. The other thing I'll say, Teresa does a really good job going over the agenda. I know sometimes that can seem intimidating, but just so you know, you can opt in and opt out of the activities each day. So if there's a day when you're not really feeling it, you'd rather just kind of hang out and kind of relax, you do not have to go on the scheduled events that day. I know that is something that we've had several questions on in the past, so I wanted to make that clear. And the other thing, we have gotten so many positive reviews of these tour guides. These tour guides that are just engulfed in these cultures, and we have had guests come back that have just raved about the knowledge and how friendly they are, and how great it was that they were there to be able to guide them through these expeditions. So those are the three things I wanted to point out. Teresa, do you have anything else you wanted to add?
No, that's one thing. Sometimes people think that they have to do everything. You don't. That there's plenty of time for you to just enjoy a quiet day right there at the hotel, eat as much as you want, shop as much as you want, or go to the beach or something. There's lots of opportunities. So I've never had anybody ever complain about it being too busy on any of the trip, on especially this trip. But you don't have to do everything either. The point is to take you there and give you the opportunity to learn about a different country, about the traditions, the customs, the history, and come back feeling that it was a great place to visit and come home with some great memories. That's the whole point of it.
Awesome.
Okay.
Well, with that, we'll wrap this up. Like I said, if anyone has any questions, feel free to reach out to us, and we will let you
Don't
get back to your Thursday evening.
And don't wait too long to register. Register soon so that we are able to make sure we have all the travel priorities in place for you to enjoy your trip. So don't wait till the last minute. Thank
Absolutely.
you. Thanks,
Absolutely.
Andrew.
Thanks, Teresa. Everyone have a good night.